Welcome to Quad City Ice Eagle Hockey. I am John Rowland. We're going to bring you all the action here. Sit back and enjoy this afternoon as we watch a little mite hockey and squirt hockey as we get ready to start this game, as the Quad City Ice Eagle Mite division is on the ice in their white jerseys against the Peoria team, which is in the blue. It's the second game of the day for the Mites, as they're on the ice for the second time, as they earlier today won their first game against this same Peoria team 4-2, and we go down by 1 early on here in this second game. Talking about the Quad City Mites select team. This is a team that's selected. Team players try out for this team over and above. Most of these kids play in a house league here at the Quad City Sports Center, and they had the ability or the want to try out for the select team, and they made the team. And now they do a little bit of traveling throughout the Midwest here during the season, playing different competition from Springfield and Peoria, Decatur, teams like that. Also Cedar Rapids, Omaha, and Sioux City in different tournaments. Up the ice, brings the ball, brings the puck, and brought down in the neutral zone. Mason Kruger along the boards there, number 23, and Peoria breaks out with the puck, brings it over the blue line. 3 attackers coming across, and defense back for the Quad Cities. Ditzman with the puck, out against the dasher. Brennan Peters with the puck against the board, kicks it in the neutral zone, and now Quad Cities are on the attack. And this team is made up of kids throughout the Quad City area and surrounding towns. Get through some of the names here as we go through this Mite Select game. 1-0 Peoria early on here in the first period. Players play 3 periods in hockey. A short intermission between each period of about 1 minute. And Quad City's on the attack, and defensive Peoria knocks it back against the boards. Some of the players for the Quad City team on the ice. The goalie today, number 1, Trevor Fisher from Taylor Ridge. He's a 3rd grader, 9 years old, goes to Illinois City Elementary School. Also on the ice today is number 3, Casey Fitzgerald. He's from Dubuque. Brennan Peters, number 4, from Moline. He's a 1st grader, 6 years old, goes to Washington Elementary. Number 7 for the Quad City Ice Eagles, Nicholas Schnell from Davenport, a 3rd grader, 8 years old. Sacred Heart Catholic is where he attends his elementary schooling at. Once again, Peoria puts some pressure on the net, and Quad City kicks it out. Go through some of the positioning of the players on the ice as we roll along here. It's mass confusion for any novice looking at the game, but if after a little while you get used to the players supposed to be playing in certain positions, and the puck is wrapped around the back of the boards and kicked out, and need to get that puck out of the zone. Matthew Fromm kicks it out, and Wyatt Hemley playing offense. Up against the boards he goes. Some more of the players on the ice for the Mites. Number 8, Dakota Ditzman. He's from Osco, Illinois. 2nd graders, 8 years old. C.R. Hanna Grade School. Brent Switzer from Bettendorf, 1st grader, number 9. 6 years old, from Pleasant View. Some newer players on the ice for the Quad City Mites. Caleb Morley from Muscatine, 2nd grader, 8 years old. Goes to Franklin Elementary there in Muscatine. Wyatt Hemley from Welton's, number 15. 2nd grader, 8 years old, from Durant Community. Joshua Masiowski from Geneseo, number 19, 2nd grader, 8 years old, homeschooled. Mason Kruger's number 23, as he comes from Bettendorf, 2nd grader, 7 years old, Riverdale Heights. Joe Dobelier from Coyne Center is a 3rd grader, 8 years old, from Coyne Center Grade School. Bryce Lukens from East Moline, 2nd grader, 8 years old, Riverwood Elementary. Matthew Rowley from Geneseo, 2nd grader, 8 years old, from St. Malachy's. And number 99, Jason Hain from Port Byron's, a 2nd grader, 8 years old, from Riverdale Elementary. And number 26, Jeremy Markley from Port Byron's, a 3rd grader, 8 years old, from Riverdale Elementary. Score remains 1-0 as we bring this first game in my career as far as trying to broadcast a hockey game. A little bit different than doing the football games. Nicholas Snell on the breakaway. The left-hander brings it in the slot. Saved by Peoria. Peoria gets the rebound. Bring it back up the ice. Nobody back on defense for the Quad City Ice Eagles. And offside's called on the Ice Eagles. Offside, for anybody listening, offside is when the puck goes over that blue line prior, or when the player goes over that blue line prior to the puck entering that zone. No sandbagging. You have to wait for the puck to enter the zone prior to the puck. The puck has to enter before the player enters. So now all the Peoria players empty the zone. Now the puck comes in. And back behind the net, the defenseman with the puck. Dakota Ditzman that time. On the ice right now for the Quad Cities is Peters, along with Kruger, Lavalier, along with Ditzman, and number 3 out there, Casey Fitzgerald. Knocks the puck down to Ditzman. Shot on goal, blocked by Trevor Fisher. Save, freezes the puck, and it's a dead puck, and they'll go to a face-off. On the ice, there is 5 players. 5 players on the ice, the skaters, and 1 goalie for each team. There's what would typically be 3 forwards, a center, and 2 wings, and 2 defensemen on the ice at any time. Once a penalty occurs, a penalty is called by the referees. 1 player goes in the box, and that team plays shorthanded. Plays with 4 players at that time. And that's when the offense really starts to load up on the goalie then. Scores 1-0 here, 6:03 left in this first period. Peoria attacking the net with 3 attackers. Puck's right in front of the goal, and looks like a save by Fisher right on the goal line. No goal by Peoria, so they'll go to a face-off once again. Again, we're dealing with a select team here, kids from a cross-section of Quad Cities and surrounding areas, and as they play here for the Ice Eagles. This team practices once a week as a team, and then they play usually most weekends throughout the winter. They will travel or be at home as we are today here at the Quad City Sports Center. They'll get a lot of games in this year. In addition to this, they play the House or Recreational League here at the Sports Center also, which there's numerous leagues here that a player could join, different age brackets. We'll review some of those later. But right now, these are the mites. These are your 7- and 8-year-olds out on the ice. There's a few 6-year-olds amongst them. Bryce Lucan goes behind the net, number 27. Bryce Lucan from East Moline, Ridgewood Elementary. Shot by Peoria. Peoria's attacking the net heavily here this first period. Most of the plays been down to the left end of the ice into the Quad City zone. When you're looking at hockey, similar to anybody that's familiar with soccer, you want to stay spread out throughout the ice, throughout the field. A lot of going on in here against the boards, and now it's into the Peoria zone. Again, the Mites were victorious in their first game today by a score of 4-2 over this Peoria team, which puts the Quad City team in a great position to win this conference, or this league, which consists of teams such as Peoria, Springfield, the Quad Cities, Decatur, and Champaign. And the whiff on the shot by Peoria, and Trevor once again freezes a puck for their face-off. On the ice comes Jason Hain along with Joshua Masiewski, Matthew Rowley. Caleb Morley's on the ice along with Nicholas Schnell. And the goalie, Trevor Fisher. As they do their face-offs like that, they want to pull that puck back to their own players. Be joined now by Chris Otto, as Chris will spend a little time with me here on the air and help me out here as a novice as broadcaster. Welcome aboard here, Chris, and welcome aboard, and
thank you.
See what we can get going here. Down 1-0 to this Peoria team, and I'm just telling everybody that we were victorious in against this team earlier today in the league conference game, and got to get the fire lit under him here. Maybe too much Kool-Aid and Gatorade between games here.
It is a common problem between games. A lot of energy is expended between games 1 and 2, and you never know what type of team you're going to have for the second game.
So again, we're talking about the 7- and 8-year-olds on the ice right now, and they're still 7- and 8-year-olds. Even though they play hockey, they still like to rustle and tussle in the stands between the games, and when they put the equipment on there, they're all hockey. Matthew Rowley brings it up, passes it forward to Jason Hain. He's going to bring the puck across the blue line, looking for a shot, pulls it to his left side. Nice shot by Jason. Matthew Rowley in the corner, looks for someone to pass it to. Down low, playing the forward position now. He's going to have to drop. They're all going to have to drop back for defense as Peoria once again has a rush up the ice. Masiewski's back there on defense along with Caleb Morley.
You'll notice Peoria plays a very good positioning brand of hockey. They will always be in the right position, get back well on defense, and hustle up on offense.
They were talking a little bit about that for anybody that may be seeing hockey for the first time. It's similar to what you see in soccer. You want to stay spread out. You don't want to play herd hockey. You want to stay spread out and play your position. Pass from the Peoria player down low now. It's going to try to break it out. Matthew really going to bring it along the boards. Cuts back, passes up to Hain. Hain going to bring it over the red line, looking to go inside the zone of Peoria, and knocked away by the defender above Peoria. The defense drops back. As you see that time, the two defensemen stay back near that blue line, looking to prevent any breakaways by the Peoria team. Nicholas Snell with the puck, knocks it into the Peoria zone. And the goalie plays it, knocks it loose. Dangerous play that time. I think he thought maybe the player coming up was the Quad City player. Might selects on the ice. 1-0, 2 minutes left in this first period. Joe Dobelier, number 24, fighting against the board and kicks the puck out and looks to turn the corner and get it back up the ice. Whiffs on it, and Peoria has an advantage down low. Two players down low, and shots off the mark. Once again, getting a shot at the puck or at the goal. No good. That one staved by Trevor Fisher as it bounces off the post. Still alive, and the whistle blows. The dead puck face off.
Good battle in front of the net. Peoria charging hard.
And that's a secret, I think, Chris, as the little bit of hockey I've watched over the last 3 or 4 years. It may not be that first shot that's going to go in every time. It's everybody sitting there waiting for that rebound when the big plays are made and when the people play their position correctly, that will bounce their way.
Quite often, it's the man without the puck that ends up scoring the goal.
As you see here, one of the defensemen, Joe Dobelier, number 24, playing the defense, keeping the man away from the goal. And again, Quad Cities are in the white jerseys, the Ice Eagles. Head coach of this team is Ed Masiewski, along with Don Switzer and Pete Hain. Drop it down low, looking to pass the puck right in front. Shots up, blocked off the face mask of Joe Dobelier. Trevor Fisher, the goalie. Trevor played the goalie also in this morning's game. Had a stellar performance there. Again, Peoria's moving the puck around. The Quad Cities fighting to get in the positions. We're maybe playing a few players maybe out of their position, Chris. This second game, more of a friendship game rather than a league game, giving everybody a chance to feel a different position. And a goal again by Peoria to make the score 2-0 with 47 seconds left in this first period.
And that'll happen often when you're chasing the puck around. Quad Cities was spread out watching Peoria work the puck, and eventually a man in front of the net was going to get a good shot off, and he did. But yes, in the second game there will be different players on, a few new players on the ice, and players that might have played forward in game one will move back to defense in game two, and vice versa.
Again, these kids are still young enough. They're not ingrained in any one position yet. Coaches like to give them all a taste of different positions and get them used to different positions on the ice and play different roles.
Yes, it's not until might get up to about the 12, 13-year-old leagues that you start getting in a particular position and really becoming working on the expertise and all the talent that's needed at that one position.
Once again, a face-off down in the Quad City zone. They pop it out front for Peoria. It's shot stopped by Wyatt Hemley, and they try to kick the puck up over the red line. And Quad City needs to attack this goal with 16 seconds left. Peoria turns the corner, and nice try there by Wyatt to keep that puck in. He's got to get back on side as the offside, and that's what they called right there. As you saw, the offensive man for the Quad Cities in the white jersey, Wyatt Hemley, didn't get back over that blue line prior to the puck entering that zone. For that reason, they called offsides, and they have a neutralized face-off in that situation with 6 seconds left in this period.
As in the excitement of the game, it's pretty easy to get caught inside the zone. You lose track of where the blue line is. As you'll see on the boards, also have the blue stripe going down them, and that's a good visual cue for a lot of kids starting out for the first time. If you're not looking down on the ice, To see what lines are painted there, you can always check out the boards, and they'll have the same paint stripe there.
So at the end of one period, scores 2-0 Peoria here at the Quad City Sports Center. Well, Chris, do you have any news about the Junior B team, or would you rather let me wait and talk to Ed about that, or would you like to spread?
Well, I can fill you in on a little bit of things. We have chosen a name. It will be the Quad City Express Junior B Hockey Club. We will go to the next board meeting in February, and at that time formally present our team name and colors to them, and we've already informed them via email, and they've told us that everything sounds fine, but they'll do a formal vote and accept that. So we expect to be the Quad City Express up and running. First game, regular season games will start in September. Our colors will be green, white, and black in the banner of the North Dakota Fighting Sioux University hockey team.
Looking forward to that next year and starting next September, but actually the process starting here next month or so, isn't it, as far as your whole process to get the ball rolling as far as players and things like that throughout the summer months? And
very much so. We expect to have 2 tryout camps before the draft occurs in May. Those camps will be in April. One will be here locally at the Quad Cities, and one will be most likely up in Wisconsin, in the Madison area. And then we'll conduct the draft in May to start forming our roster, and then we'll have tryout camps, 3 more tryout camps throughout the summer in June and July. We hope to have in August, we'll have our team formally decided upon. And there is, between now and then, yes, beyond just the player acquisitions and the scouting, a lot of other things to take care of. But there is a very good group of volunteers working real hard to make all that come together.
Well, it'll certainly be an exciting time next fall, not just the hockey season starting next season, but just Junior B teams in here, another selection of other teams, such as these kids always go through every fall when they have their chance to be selected to play and represent the Ice Eagles.
Yes.
So as we start the second period, the teams switch ends, their goalies switch ends as far as direction they go on the ice here. On the ice for the Quad Cities right now, Nicholas Schnell, Caleb Morley, Matthew Rowley, along with Jason Hain and Joshua Masiewski. And the puck's in front of the goal, still loose out front. And the Quad City keeps the puck alive.
It's a lot just reverse of what was happening at the end of the period, and there's the goal.
Didn't catch who got that one.
Josh Masiewski.
Josh got the goal. Josh Masiewski from Geneseo.
That was set up by the whole team, working hard, keeping the pressure on. And I believe the pass came over from Jason Hain from the corner. Josh was in the right position. He was the dangerous man. He was near the net without the puck. The puck always finds its way, it seems to always find its way to that open man.
So Joshua was going to get the goal stat on this, and the statisticians are in the books, but actually the play was made by the assist, the person that passed the puck to him and gave himself to help get that goal. So it makes the score 2-0 Peoria at 9:54 left in this second period. We play 3 periods in a hockey. Short intermission between, about a 1-minute intermission between each period. So players are on the ice quite a bit. These teams will change on the fly. If you heard that expression, maybe changing on the fly would be they don't stop the play, they just keep going. That's probably one of the hardest things you do on the bench during the game, is trying to communicate to the kids it's their turn to come off the ice and let somebody else come on. But
there is very good save there by Trevor Fisher. Yes, there is a lot of instructions being yelled from the bench, and sometimes it's where we need them to be on the ice, and other times it's that we need them to come to the bench for a line change. And an entire line will change during a break in the action when there's been a whistle, but otherwise it's one at a time, and you try to get the top 3 guys.
And a goal by Peoria.
Good work.
Again, got the rebound off the shot, put it in. Makes the score 3-1 Peoria. Yeah, hockey is such a cardiovascular type sport. I mean, you go up down the ice 1 or 2 times. Sometimes you're gassing up, then it's time for a line change to bring another group in.
That's what we try to impress upon our squirt team, the 9- and 10-year-olds. But often the case, their eyes get pretty big when they get near the puck, and they end up out there a little longer than we'd like them to be.
And that's those Squirt Selects team will be in action here later on this afternoon. We'll bring that action to you also, as Chris and his team will be taking on the Springfield team later today. Once in a while, when these teams change on the fly, you'll see some of the kids, you'll see on the NHL and places like that where the kids, the players come over the top of the board. Certainly we don't see that with these kids because they can hardly see over the boards, let alone climb over the boards. That's the age of the size of the kids we're dealing with on the ice. Certainly some of them will try to climb that board, but
yes,
the doors are preferred. 3-2 Peoria. They're in the attack once again. Shots up off the post that time. Trevor thought he missed that one. Hit the post. Goalie's best friend is a post. Back behind the boards goes the Quad Cities. Peters along with Lukens out front. Across the goal crease once again for Peoria. Gonna look to bring the down the high slot this time. They're gonna line up the big fella out by the blue line and stop there, knocked aside. That time by, can't pick up who that is, Mason, I believe.
I believe that's Mason Kruger.
Again, the Quad Cities having trouble getting it on track here. Brady Switzer in there, number 9. Back they go on the defense. Shot in the corner by Peoria. They're going to look for a line change. You see them go to the bench. Just drop what they're doing and go to the bench. Quad Cities try to break it out, take advantage of that. Lucan brings the puck up over the blue line. Passes up through the legs of Mason. And it's going to go deep in the zone. Peoria picks it up and looks to bring it up. They're breaking out. Again, good spacing by the Peoria team. Morley Becks skates backwards on defense in the red helmet for the Quad City Ice Eagles. Lucan's along with him. 3 attackers again by Peoria, and that puck's going to go out of the zone, so all the Peoria kids will come back out over the blue line before that puck goes back in, and now they can go. Morley on defense, along with Matthew Flom for the Quad Cities. Shot on goal once again by Peoria. Trevor didn't have to make a play on it, the goalie for the Ice Eagles. Nicholas Snell over along the boards, working them over. Now the puck's right behind the net. Peoria's going to come out of the net with it on their stick. Nice pass out front. Shot over the goal. No good by Peoria. Now Geneseo. Quad City tries to break it out. Peoria once again has a lot of people in the right position, don't they?
They do. Right here you see all of Quad Cities back by the net trying to help out, and that leads to other people being open.
Quad City's trying to get the puck just out of the zone, and that time Trevor frees it and we'll go to a face-off. So the score with 6:26 left in the second period is 3-1 Peoria. With the breakage of action, the Geneseo
Quad City
brings out another line of players.
The pressure that was being put on, it's always a wise move there. Whether the kids might have been tired or not, it was just time to get different guys out there because the pressure from Peoria was pretty strong.
Once again, we have a lot of action down in that end of the ice. Peoria's put a lot of shots on goal for Trevor to see. Now they try to break it out. Here comes the Quad Cities. Matthew along with Jason Hain. Pass a little soft going across there, and Peoria's defense breaks it up. Now Peoria turns around and comes the other direction with it. And Quad City has to clear this ice, to clear the zone. Lucan's back on defense. Has it, the left-hander has it lined up now to bring it up against the near boards. Peoria stops. They're going to play back and forth, and still up against the boards, and Peoria gets it into the zone. And Bryce is going to send it back out of the zone. Over the Peoria defender's head, and Jason Hain takes it to the net, no good. Roley's going to go in the corner to battle for it, still on his feet, looking for somebody to pass it to out front. The puck's still loose. There's 2 attackers. Missing a player out there. Okay, here comes the third one on.
Change. Yes, Caleb Morley has just joined.
Matthew out working hard in front of the net, and Peoria comes out of the scrum with it. Caleb keeps the puck inside that blue line. Matthew's playing without a stick right now. Matthew needs to go to the bench. No stick in his hand right now. Peoria, nice move, nice stop. Shot, shoot, no good. And Morley deflects it wide, and he brings it up himself. Passes up to Hain. Over the blue line it goes, and no stoppage of play at all. The stick still lays there. They'll let that lay there until there is a stoppage of play. 3-1 Peoria. Quad City's on the attack. These are the mites we're watching. Quad City mite select team. 6 and 7-year-olds. Also some 8-year-old, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, I should say. Very nice pass across the ice. Nice centering pass. Peoria's doing a lot of things right here in this game,
yes,
Chris.
They tough to coach against, but from a hockey point of view, you like to see that.
No call made there in that contact, incidental contact, as they went up the ice, and there's nobody back on defense, and a breakaway by Peoria. Peoria pull it to his left side. Shots and score against Trevor Fisher. Trevor had no help that time back on the defensive end of the ice.
No, he didn't. Everyone watched the rush go up, and they got caught following too closely. Peoria turned the puck real well after the turnover.
Once again, I'll go through the name of the kids on the ice here for the Quad City Ice Eagles. Might select Trevor Fisher, number 1, the goalie from Illinois City Grade School. Casey Fitzgerald from Dubuque, Iowa. Number 4, Brennan Peters from Moline, Washington Elementary. Nicholas Schnell, number 7 from Davenport, Sacred Heart Catholic, 3rd grader. Dakota Ditzman, number 8 from Osco, C.R. Hanna. Brett Switzer, number 9 from Bettendorf, Pleasant Valley Grade School. Caleb Morley, number 13 from Muscatine, Franklin Elementary School. Wyatt Himley from Wilton, Durant Community, number 15. Number 19 is Joshua Mashievsky from Geneseo. Number 23, Mason Krugers from Bettendorf, a 2nd grader, Riverdale Heights. Number 24, Joe DeLavalier from Coyne Center Grade School. Bryce Lucan, number 27 from East Moline, Ridgewood Elementary. Also on the ice, number 55, Matthew Rowley from Geneseo, goes to St. Malachy's. Matthew Flom from Maysville goes to Donahue. John Glenn. Jeremy Merkel from Port Byron. He also goes to Riverdale Elementary. And I believe Jason Hain goes to Port Byron Riverdale Elementary. He is a 2nd grader. So some of the players you see on the ice here, it's a good cross section of the Quad Cities and surrounding communities represented there. So with 2:53 left in this 2nd period, the score is 4-1 Peoria. Deflection just about made Trevor make a play on the puck that time, and still in front of the net, loose, and Trevor's not yet got it covered up. It's still amongst the feet of the Peoria player, and he can't get it loose. And Quad Cities kicks it out, and they break it out in the clear as they try to clear the zone completely now.
Dakota Ditzman there did exactly what you need to do. Get it out of what's called the danger zone.
Nice shot from the point by Peoria. Off the mark, no good. And those 2 players go down incidentally in the corner. Nicholas Schnell comes in to clean up the puck and looking to get out of the zone. Doesn't go again. Once again, point by Peoria. Stopped there by Wyatt Himley in the skates. Still the Quad City just can't get that puck out of the zone. Once again, Nicholas Schnell needs to get it up. There we go. Nice pass that time to Wyatt Himley, and it comes out of the zone, and it's going to be called offsides on Peoria. At this point, I gave you the names of the players on the team. Let's take this opportunity to meet the team up close and personal. These are your Quad City Ice Eagles might select. Number 1, Trevor Fisher. Number 3, Casey Fitzgerald. Number 4, Brennan Peters. Number 7, Nicholas Schnell. Number 8, Dakota Ditzman. Number 9, Brett Switzer. Number 13, Caleb Morley. Number 15, Wyatt Himley. Number 19, Joshua Mashievsky. Number 23, Mason Kruger. Number 24, Joe DeLavalier. Number 26, Jeremy Markley. Number 27, Bryce Lucan. Number 55, Matthew Rowley. Number 99, Jason Hain. And your coaches, Ed Mashievsky, Pete Hain. Now we're back to action. Face off in the neutral zone. Matthew Rowley at center, along with Joshua Masiewski up front, along with Jason Hain fighting for the puck, and Brady Switzer on the defense, along with Bryce Lucan. Number 24 goes in the corner.
I think we have Brady's little brother out there. I think that's...
No, that's Brett. Yes, I'm sorry, that's Brett. See Brady later on this afternoon.
Yes, we will.
He goes in the corner, out of our view. And now, again, Peoria keeps the action down at their end of the ice. Quad City just having a tough time breaking it out of there. 4-1, Peoria. A lot of pressure up there on Trevor. They're taking all kinds of swats at the puck.
He should sleep well tonight.
Yes. It's the second game of the day for him. Jason just still can't get that puck out over that blue line to relieve a little bit of the pressure on the Quad City Mites, as they're just not able to get it out. Now they swing it around the boards. Matthew will go, Rowley will go towards the puck, see if he can dump it out of there, and still that does not get out. Still digging for it. This time he does get it out to Jason. Jason's looking to pass the puck up. Can't get it on his stick. Across to Joshua Masiewski. Nicholas Snell knocks it in, or Switzer knocks it in, looks for a centering pass to Hain.
2-on-1.
Shot good by Hain. Goal, Quad Cities. Makes the score 5-2 with 21 seconds left here in this second period.
It may have lulled the Peoria goalie to sleep there with the lack of action he had seen for the last few minutes.
He has not had a lot of shots to face so far, especially in the second period. So it does make the score 4-2.
A timely goal with only 21 seconds left in this period.
With the goal, he keeps the same line on the ice for the Quad Cities. And back to the neutral zone it comes. Quad Cities on the attack once again. And no offsides called. Was there an offsides called? Yes, there was. A weak whistle down was called to offsides for the Quad City Ice Eagles. I think we'll 6 seconds left in this period. Chris will probably bid you a goodbye, and we'll bring Mooch in to carry us down the third period here and talk a little bit about some of the hockey developmental programs here at the Sports Center. And if we can round up Mooch, we'll
very good.
Round
Thank
him.
you.
Thank you, Chris, for sitting in with us. Chris Otto.
You're welcome.
The coach of the Quad City Ice Eagles Sport Select team, which we'll be seeing in action here in a few minutes, or about a half an hour or so. Now sitting in with me will be Craig Woodcroft. Go ahead and put your headsets on there, Craig. Craig, thank you for sitting down and spending some time with us. Come down and watch these fellas play. You remember the day when you were a little fella like this out there playing?
Oh yeah, it brings back great memories. You know, you see the kids out there, they're all having fun playing a game that they love to play.
It certainly is an excellent game, and the kids just love it. I don't see here many kids complain about having to get up and go to practice or things like that. Just once they get on that ice, they just love what they're doing. And Craig, let's start and give you a little background of yourself.
Well, I'm the reason I'm in the Quad Cities area is we run a hockey school, and we've been running out of the Quad Cities since the inception of the arena back 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so for me to get a chance to come down here and watch these kids participate, you know, during the season is really fun, you know, because we get a good chance to work with them in the summers, and you know, now I get to come and watch them play.
And your camp, Northern Edge hockey camp.
That's right.
Well known, especially, you know, that, like I said, you've been doing it long enough now that.
Well, we've been doing it long enough now. I get a chance to see the kids not only from Quad Cities, but you know, most of these kids on the other team.
That's what I was going to say.
Also come to our school. So.
And some of them travel all the way up here to come through the camp.
That's
don't they?
right. That's right. They see a lot of familiar faces.
Now, as far as the camp, that's one aspect of your hockey career. Rest of your hockey career, explain your background a little bit, Craig, as far as gives you the credentials of running the hockey camp.
Sure. Well, I mean, I grew up in Toronto, Canada, and basically started playing hockey at 3 years old and worked my way up through the ranks like these kids are doing, and basically went in and played junior hockey in Toronto from junior hockey, I got a scholarship, a 4-year scholarship to Colgate University, where I played for 4 years. While I was there, I was drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay.
I signed with them at the end of my college career. Signed with them for 4 years. I played up and down with them for a couple of years. And then I decided to take an opportunity that was presented to me and play for my country, which was Canada, obviously.
Right.
And played with them in the 1994 Olympics.
Had to be just an outstanding experience. Tremendous memories.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, basically from there, my career took me over to Europe, where I spent the better part of 10 years playing hockey overseas in, you know, countries from Finland to Sweden to, I played 5 years in Germany, a couple years in England. And, you know, it was a great opportunity to travel the world and see how hockey is played all over the world.
I'm sure you could see a difference in different styles throughout the world.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's completely different. You know, the countries over there approach the game a lot differently than, you know, we do here in the United States and back in Canada. And, you know, it's been an eye-opener to be able to go around the world and see how hockey is, you know, viewed and played. And, you know, it's been a great experience.
Well, great, and that sets the table there for the hockey camp. You said the Northern Edge Hockey Camp.
Yep.
You're based out of the Quad Cities here.
That's right.
What other towns have you ran the camp in, or?
Well, I'll tell you just quickly. I mean, it started as a 1-week venture that basically I met my wife now, and she had a job offer that took her to Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
And she was, it's a funny story. She would always call me and say, hey, come on, you know, the season's finished. I want you to come down and spend some time with me in Des Moines. And I was like, hey, listen, you know, I have to skate and work out and train for hockey. And, you know, the only way I can come down there is if I can get some ice time. And she was like, well, I'm going to look into maybe you can do a hockey school. And so she made a couple calls and got in touch with people in the association, and we got something worked out and started a hockey school there.
Okay.
And it was a 1-week thing. We started with like 25 kids, and then from there it's grown into the next year we came to Davenport when the rink opened.
Right.
And
back in 80 or 94, 95.
Right. And anyways, it's just grown. I mean, it's every year. Like, so the next year we came to Quad City, so we had 2 weeks. And now it's grown into a business where we go to 25 cities in the summer.
25 cities during the summer. A lot of organization there, and I'm sure you have a support staff that will.
Yeah, well, it's turned into a full-time job for myself. I mean, you know, like you said, 25 cities, you have a lot of organization.
Yeah.
Really, we find ourselves doing 10 months of organizing to ensure that the 2 months in the summer go well for the kids.
Right.
And we do put a lot of effort into it because hockey is a sport where parents put a lot of money into it, and it's a great sport for their kids to play. And when I have the kids come to the school, I want to make sure that I can provide them the very best learning environment, and be it through our organization of the practices to acquiring the best instructors I can for the kids. And I just want to see the kids get better.
Yeah.
And maybe have the same opportunities that have been afforded me.
Right.
Through the game.
Certainly, it's being an outsider coming into the hockey arena here. Never skating much before in my life, and having 2 sons here that picked up the game. It's just fabulous what the enjoyment they get out of just getting out there and gliding with their skates and just learning how to do what they're doing now. It's just amazing what a young child can learn to do, and
you know, it really
get good
is.
at it.
It really is. I mean, there's not a better sport in the world for a young child to play than hockey. I mean, to be able to play, you have to learn how to skate, which is such a foreign movement for young kids. And you know, through practice and hard work and dedication, once they pick up this skill, you know, then they can move on to learning how to shoot and skate with the puck and pass the puck,
right,
and all the team dimensions that come involved in the game. And it's such a rewarding experience, you know, once you master these skills.
Right, right. And you know, as you talked about the skills you master, and I'll probably talk to Mooch a little bit more about this, but certainly it's a skill that lasts your whole life.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll talk about with Mooch some of the adult leagues that you have around here in the sports center that is growing by leaps and bounds.
Well, absolutely. I mean, as a young child, I mean, you conquer a sport like hockey, it gives you the confidence to be able to do relatively anything else you want to do, you know, as you grow up. And, you know, the life lessons also that you can learn through hockey. The hard work, the dedication, the commitment to making yourself better. And then seeing those results, well, you can apply that to school, you can apply that to the first job you're going to get, you can apply that to virtually anything. So.
Yep, although to the person watching a hockey game for the first time today, this looks like mass confusion probably to them on the ice, but there's certainly a lot of structure what's going on out here. These kids have gone through a lot of practices, a lot of
absolutely,
a lot of discipline to play their position, not to chase that puck all over the ice and try to stay position correct.
I mean, at times it does look like you said, mass confusion, and it looks like the players are a magnet sometimes to the puck. However, I was saying earlier to Mooch that basically these are two very well coached teams, because you can see that they're making the passes to the open man. They're trying to play their positions, which sometimes is not easy to do. And you can see that these kids, the thought process is there. Sometimes it's not executed always the best way, but you can see that they're attempting to make the right decision, and that is, you know, it's really encouraging to see.
Yes.
So my hat's off to these coaches. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, and all the coaches we have here, something I didn't point out, all the coaches here are all volunteer coaches. Nobody's getting paid big money to come out and coach these kids.
No.
They're putting their time in just as the kids are, and they have to make the phone calls. It's just like any other sport you see that maybe everybody's used to, that the coaches have to make all the phone calls and line up all this, and the referees and stuff like that. It's the coaches do an excellent job for the
Absolutely.
for what they're doing, and that's because they love the game.
That's
the ones
right.
I've met so far just love the game from being a little guy on up. Yep. So.
Anyways, well, listen, I appreciate you guys having me here.
Craig, I appreciate you sitting in with us here and talking a little hockey with us and talk a little Northern Edge hockey camp.
Yeah,
and good luck. Do you know any dates yet as far as the hockey camp here in the Quad Cities yet?
We are basically, we've had our schedule set, and we'll be coming to the Quad Cities in the month of July for 2 weeks. And I will have a poster up in the arena in a matter of days, and the brochure should be sent out within a matter of 10 days. So
okay, all right.
People can look forward to seeing that.
Sounds great, Craig.
Yeah,
thanks
very much.
Thanks for spending some time with us.
Here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Craig Woodcroft of Northern Edge Hockey Camp sitting down and visiting us for a little while as Peoria takes the puck down the ice and once again scores to make the score 5-2 with 3:51 left in this game. Go ahead. Sitting down with me now is Mooch, Jason Mucciarone. It's not as difficult as people seem to make it, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those tongue twisters, I'll tell you.
Jason, your official title here at the Quad City Sports Center?
The Director of Player Development.
And those player development players are on the ice right now. Some of the kids that you work with throughout practices throughout the week, whenever time allows you to get on the ice with them. Jason, how long have you been here at the Sports Center?
This is my third season. I took over as the hockey director in October of 2001.
Okay. As I was talking with Craig there, I felt both these teams are pretty well coached here as far as what they're doing on the ice or trying to do on the ice as far as positioning and things. When a kid is coming through as developmental, again, for me from the outside, skating's number one.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say 85% of the game is skating. I mean, every aspect of the game has to deal with skating, whether it's body checking or whatnot. Skating is the most important part of the game. I mean, puck skills are, I think, are probably the easiest part to learn of any aspect of hockey. But the skating part, I mean, if you're not a good skater, you're not going to be a good hockey player.
Right,
and as you can see out here today, these two teams are very well coached and are very highly skilled as far as players for their age group.
Again, on the ice right now, the Quad City Ice Eagles might select team. These players on the ice right now are 6, 7, probably an 8-year-olds on the ice. Sometimes you forget that as a fan or as just watching this, that these kids are that young, the way they move and glide around the ice and go to the puck and as aggressive as they play. some of the moves that amaze me as far as kids this young, just what they're able to do on the ice.
Oh, it amazes me sometimes. This is my I got to take in both of these games today. I'm very impressed with both of these teams. I mean, just their positioning alone. I mean, I coached a high school team here, the Quad City Blues, and I think that their positioning is a lot better than our team sometimes, you know.
Well, as you talk about the Blues team, the high school team, how did you guys end up this year? How are you doing this year? What's your feeling on that?
As of right now, our varsity team is 3 points out of the last playoff spot. Our GAV team is tied for 4th.
Okay.
So far, it's our most successful season. Varsity team last year total, we had 10 points total. This year we've already got 12. So that's a little step in my mind, but it's a big improvement for the whole association.
Yeah.
I think is having them more successful.
Okay.
Our junior varsity program, though, is off to a good start this year. It's the highest we've been yet in the standings with them out of any team. They're tied for 4th, like I said, and they're playing tremendous, and they beat all the top teams this year. And they're going to have actually a really good chance in the state playoffs. So.
Oh, great, great. Now, the conference you play or in the league you play is mainly an Iowa league, correct? What other teams are in the?
We have a couple teams from Kansas. We have Lincoln, Nebraska. We have Kansas City. We have Omaha. Of course, all the Iowa teams.
Cedar Rapids, Waterloo.
Mason City, Sioux City.
Okay.
So we do some pretty good traveling in the league.
And again, your team, as far as the high school team, just as this team is out here, it's a cross section of the Quad Cities and surrounding areas. I know you have a couple players there from the Geneseo area.
One player from Iowa City.
Iowa City comes over, and the rest of them are probably from right here in the Quad Cities. But again, they're practicing every day, just like any other high school team that you normally see, a football team or basketball team. The hockey players are here at the rink every day with their practice, preparing themselves for their games. Yeah,
we practice usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, depending if we play on Friday or not. We'll have a Friday practice. Mondays are off because I usually make that option on Mondays after having a tough weekend. But practice 3 or 4 days a week, and usually 2 or 3 games in a weekend. We have 30 games scheduled, which is spread out pretty nice over the course of 4 or 5 months that we have. So it's not like we're playing every single weekend. And like we play in a pretty competitive division. I mean, the division we play in has been, the league's been here for 28 years now. 6 of the 7 of the teams have been in the league for the whole 28 years.
That's phenomenal. That's really something.
Which it kind of makes it hard on our program a little bit. This is only our 4th season, so I mean, for us, like I said earlier, making small improvements along the way is helping us build a foundation. I mean, I think in the next 5 or 6 years is when we'll see our high school team really take off. When the players that are out in the ice right now start coming up, especially with the way they've been coached and brought up, I think that's when the program is going to get the most success.
Because most of your kids you have probably the high school level right now didn't probably actually start being the ice rink around here for about 9 or 10 years. They probably didn't have a chance to be on the ice from the time they were 4 or 5 without the ice here.
That's correct. I mean, a lot of them started when they were peewees. They were older, 12, 13 years old, you know, and there was really no structure for them to follow, whereas like the group that's out on the ice has a set system, structure, and pretty much a basic goal that they're following all the way up, which will help in their development, help with the whole association.
So the game comes to a conclusion here with this final score: Peoria 5, the Quad City Ice Eagles 2, and that will wrap up this portion of our might portion of the game. We will stay live here on the air as we go through the intermission between this might game. Then we'll move up to the next step with the 9 and 10-year-old squirt level. And Mooch, I'd appreciate it if you want to sit in with me, and we'll go through a few house things that go on around this rink here throughout the week, weekends, mornings, evenings, whenever they can find ice time. Some of these groups are on the ice. And again, today we're at the Quad City Sports Center, and I am John Rowley. We trying to bring you a little bit of the play-by-play of the game that's on the ice of both this might team, and then the squirt team will come up a little bit later. But more than anything, we want to kind of expose people that may catch this on TV and see some of the kids out there, what they're doing, but also expose you to what goes on here at the Sports Center in Davenport. There's a lot of things going on besides ice hockey down here at this rink. And again, for anybody that is not sure or has a question mark in their mind, The Quad City Sports Center is right underneath the Centennial Bridge. It's right across the parking lot, right across the street from the John O'Donnell Stadium, which is, again, on the east side of the bridge, and the Sports Center, the ice rink, is on the west side of the bridge. No reason you can't find it. Everybody knows where the Centennial Bridge is and where John O'Donnell is. So, and that's very customer friendly down here as far as the activities that are available. First off, hockey. Jason, we got hockey leagues from kids from the age of 3 years old all the way up to high school age, as you said. They start out in the termite level.
Yeah, we have a basically it's a progression as they go up. They start at termite level, 3 to 6 years old. A lot of these players that are actually on the ice started on termites a year or two ago, and they've worked their way up into the mite level. This year we have approximately 250, 260 kids in our house level, which is our biggest season so far yet. So we're seeing growth now, which is good. We're starting to see more of an interest in the Quad Cities. I mean, hockey, to be honest with you, is not an easy sport to follow. There's a lot of time commitment, a lot of costs associated with it, and I think that's probably one of the biggest turnoffs with hockey. But I think over the last 9 years since the association's been here, we've developed and we've grown. Like we're up probably 45 kids than we were last year, so that's a positive sign to see.
That's great. Now you mentioned the expense and the cost of playing hockey. If a child wants to play hockey and there's a financial struggle to play hockey, as I understand, there is a rental situation, equipment that will be found for that child to get on the ice to play.
Yes, we do have rental equipment that we rent out for a season. It's I think it's $75 for the season. We also have some scholarship programs that we offer to some of the less fortunate families out there that might want to get into hockey but not be able to afford it. We do offer some funding through that, which helps. And one of the biggest things I think we're trying to work on is get a subsidiary program here, somebody to subsidize the program. So
great.
I think if we can get that within the next 6 months for next season, that would be great. It would be huge. I know that the team we saw today, Peoria, they have a program down there that's subsidized for their termite program, and they pay a lot less down there to play, but they have a lot more kids coming in. So yeah, that's one of my goals for next year is to work on that.
Yeah, if you have somebody out there who wants to play hockey and the equipment's the problem, certainly come to the front desk, talk to someone. The equipment will be found for you somehow, some way. Absolutely. To help you out, certainly to get you on the ice and get you exposed to this type of sport. Termites, 3-year-old to 6-year-old. I had a 3-year-old out there this morning on the ice.
Yeah, he's falling all over the place.
Sitting right next to us here, drinking his Gatorade with a Gatorade mustache on her, Ben Rolling. And then after that, the team we just saw, this is a mite team, a mite select team that was on the ice. But certainly, in addition to that, there's actual just a mite house team or a house recreational type league also that's available for players to come, and maybe not quite as intense level, maybe not quite as highly skilled, but certainly still an enjoyable time for a person to get their skills put together.
Yeah, that's correct. Our house league, they play anywhere from, they play 20 games. We have 2 different sessions, 2 10-week sessions. They play usually 10 practices, 10 games, and then we'll start the session up. Whereas our travel teams, they'll play a majority of the games. They'll play 35, 55 games throughout the season, traveling to different places throughout Illinois and throughout Iowa and Kansas and Nebraska and those areas. It's a lot more competitive, our travel leagues. Our house league's more of a recreational program for beginning players. We do have an instructional program that we offer too, which is to all new beginning players that want to come in and try hockey. That's ran on Sundays. And for players that want to come in and rent equipment and try ice hockey for the first time, that's probably the best program to get into. There's no pressure or anything, and it's basically we go out there, we work on the fundamentals and get them started, and hopefully move them from the instructional into the house league.
I know Daniel, my oldest one that's on this next team to play here, Squirt, that's where he started out, was the instructional league, and learned the very basics to start out with, and certainly that's where a good place to start if you want to give it a try. Again, we'll move up squirt level. The squirt level will be coming up here next. That's the 9 and 10-year-olds on the squirt level. In numbers of participants right in that area is around the 60 participants, at 60 players in that breakdown. From squirts, it moves up to a peewee level, which would be the
13, 14-year-olds.
13 and 14-year-old.
And then we have a Bantam level, which is 15, 16, and high school or midget, which is 17, 18-year-olds.
So certainly, even if you have the Blues team as far as the travel team, but there's still high school leagues here that kids can play on that league. They don't have to be the top shelf. There's still house leagues that they can play on.
Yep, our high school house league, we have a lot of football players that actually their season ends into summer, and then they'll come and play the second session. So
good combination.
We have 45 kids in our high school house league, which is pretty good. It's more of a recreational league. They just come in, they play more games. They have 2 or 3 practices, and the rest of them are games for the high school house league. But they have a good time out there.
And certainly what we've seen so far today, the Might team and the team we'll see next, the Squirt team, there's no checking in those early on leagues. Next year, once you get to your Pee Wee level, there's some checking that goes on then, and that carries on throughout
to high school age.
Okay.
But the one thing that I would like to stress is we make sure that every new player coming in is put through a checking clinic. I run a checking clinic at the first practice for the Pee Wees and the Bantams, and sometimes I do it for the high school league just to give them a little refresher, because that's the one thing we want to make sure that the kids are safe out there and they have a good time. Especially the new kids coming in, we want to make sure their first time out on the ice is enjoyable and they want to come back for years to come.
One thing I've seen, as far as if you're sitting at home saying, well, my son or daughter is too small to be playing in maybe these upper leagues, the quicker, smaller kids don't get checked nearly as much as the big kids. From what I've seen, it seems to me like a lot of the bigger fellows haven't been able to catch up to them and aren't checking them nearly as hard as I look at some of the Pee Wees. A couple games I've been watching with them, that some of the little quicker guys aren't getting set up for the.
Hockey's it's a different sport. It's not necessarily how big you are compared to a sport like football,
right?
Where it's all about size. In hockey, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, if you're a good skater, I mean, you can basically dodge a lot of checks. You have more balance on your feet if you're a good skater. Some of those best players I've seen are smaller guys that are 5'5", 5'6", and they can deal with the pressure of getting checked and stuff. I mean, it's harder sometimes on a bigger guy to be on the ice getting checked. So, I mean, that's the one good thing about hockey is, I mean, it's a diverse sport, and anybody can play.
Women, females.
Yes.
A lot of that's becoming a very growing segment also, isn't it, as far as women getting into the hockey since the last Olympics, that the USA team did so well there, that seems to be a lot more interest, a lot more talk of people interested, females interested in that aspect of
yeah, when I first took it over, the hockey director in 2001, we had, I think it was maybe 11 total women involved. Now we have a total of 25, which is nice to see. We've grown in the last 2 years. We have a special time allocated on Sundays for women from 6 to 7 where they can come down and learn how to play hockey. We also have a competitive team called the Quad City Blue Liners, and they play in the Women's Central Hockey League, which is in Chicago.
And they do pretty well, don't they?
They do really well. They actually, in the 3 seasons they have a 24-8 in all record.
That's real well. That's good.
Which is good to see. I mean, they usually play 24 games in the season, 12 games in the tournament. So, I mean, the growth of our women's program has become phenomenal. Excuse me.
Well, the real growth is coming in the adult aspect of the adult hockey, isn't it? You think of the hockey, you think of the young kids out here on the ice like we see today, but the adult hockey is really growing also.
Yes, our adults, we started up a new league last year called a CD League and a D Beginner League for new players that haven't played before. The one thing is we see a lot of the older players coming in, they watch the Mallets with the years, they watch NHL, and they say, you know what, that's something I'd like to try. I didn't get to try it early in my years. So we started a couple programs like that. And in our CD leagues alone, we have 75 to 100 guys that came in to play now. And the funny thing is, on Monday nights, our D League, they get 55, 60 people here at the games, and it's pretty fun and exciting. I mean, for those guys that come out and play and to have a good time. I mean, it's something they can do on the side and keep in good shape and really minimal risk.
Again, it's a sport that stays with you your whole life.
That's right.
That's what they're showing.
It's for the love of the game.
Yeah. Well, then we've already talked about the Blues a little bit, the team that you're coaching, and but there's a lot of other things going on at the Sports Center also, besides the ice hockey. Figure skating. A lot of figure skating going on, and I'm not familiar with that aspect at all, Jason, as far as some of that, but I know there seems to be a lot of ice skaters around.
Yes, our figure skating, I think our figure skating club of the Quad Cities has, I think, 50 to 60 members right now. They have a couple of really renowned coaches and Andrei Bushkov. He's from St. Petersburg, Russia, and his wife Galina. They help out. Really 2 excellent instructors. We have 2 world-class skaters here from Bettendorf, Andy and Lindsay Seitz. They're will represent the United States in Geneseo, Slovakia, I think it is, or Slovenia.
Slovenia. Okay.
It's at Triglav Trophy tournament, and what it is, it's a junior tournament. They're the one team for their age bracket out of the whole U.S. It had to be voted on by us, by the figure skating board, and they were chosen to represent our country in that.
Oh, great.
Trophy tournament. So it'll be good for them to get in there and maybe give some recognition to the Quad Cities itself.
So we got figure skating going on, ice skating. We also have sled hockey. Sled hockey, I've seen that played a few times. Co-ed, multi-age, you said, just played by persons with or without disability.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually the one thing about sled hockey is, I mean, anybody can play that. You sit down, you have these mini sticks. That is actually an Olympic sport too. They had that, so it's good to see, and it's good to see people with disabilities getting out there and keeping active and being able to get involved in a great sport of hockey. That's
followed up by broomball. The dreaded broomball game is a legend within many college campuses, and basically is what it says.
Broomball that's a different sport, I'll tell you. Those guys take that really seriously. The one thing hard about that is no skates. You got to run on the ice, and they get special treads on their shoes. But there's a lot of players who are interested in it. They were trying to start up a league, broomball league. A gentleman by the name of Mike Fisher. He's a police officer in Bettendorf. He organizes it and has his team come down, and we have a lot of interest from adults in there. 60, 75 players in the league. So
great. Then the Sports Center, besides the actual what we've talked about already, there's facilities here available for birthday parties. I know we've used the facility for that reason, and party room or party packages I see there, they have 2 party packages that you can come and purchase, and includes admission, probably admission and the use of the room and things like that, but skating party, combination birthday party, skating party, which is available here at the Sports Center also. Public sessions throughout the week. I see family nights held on Tuesday evening from 7 to 9. $2 admission, $2 for skate rental. Certainly bring the family out and have a lot of fun doing that. Just pick up the skates and come down and do some skating. And then there's actually, they do have a group lesson skate.
That's usually Tuesdays and Saturdays. Our group lessons have grown tremendously over the last year. It started out, I think we had 55 members last year. This year we're up to well over 100, 115 members. So, I mean, that's becoming a big thing now. And a gentleman by the name of John Hintz, he's a coordinator of it. He does a fantastic job running it. He's put a lot of time and effort into getting those kids involved. And some of these kids have actually, in ice hockey now, have started to learn to skate programs. But the one thing I'd like to mention is, as far as the birthday package and skating lessons, is with the Sports Center, we're not just a hockey facility. We try to make it open to everybody, to anybody in the public that wants to come down. Like, we're going to have a inline, when an ice facility comes up here in the spring, we turn it to an inline league. And we're actually going to try to, I got another idea of possibly maybe having ball hockey, just basic street hockey out there, trying to get a league. So we're trying to make it diverse and open to everybody in the public and get them come down here to use our facility, not just the hockey players itself.
Right. As we travel around with our travel or our select teams to different facilities throughout the Midwest, certainly this facility has just about everything you want. As far as, you have a pro shop here, you have your concession stands, 2 sheets of ice, and the locker rooms are immaculate here compared to some of the places we compete in throughout the season. But just an overall good facility has been well kept.
I think the gentleman that runs the facility, Greg Sams, does a fantastic job as far as hiring staff to do their jobs correctly. The maintenance director, Bob King, he's a gentleman that's here at 5 in the morning and here till 2 in the afternoon, but he does a fantastic job as far as keeping the upkeep of the rink. Our rink, I would say, is top-notch compared to a lot of other facilities I've seen that are actually a lot younger than our facilities. I mean, he's here morning, noon, and night working on the ice and making sure everything's in tip-top shape for our players. And I think the one thing is people around here don't realize we have such a nice facility, and that's good to come into a nice facility like that and being able to enjoy it.
And enjoy it and feel comfortable
That's
here.
right.
Well, as we wait for the start of the second game of the afternoon here, as the score selects, get prepared to come on the ice. Many of you probably saw the Zamboni going around the ice, the electric Zamboni. That's the eye catcher for anyone that's here at the Sports Center. To see an electric Zamboni.
Yeah, the kids love it. I mean, the reason we actually switched to electric a couple of years ago, the gas one, the fumes inside the rink was a little bit too much for everybody to handle, and I think the cost is a little bit more for electric, but I mean, overall environmental friendly. Yeah. It's a lot better for the facility itself. So.
Okay. Well, the Quad City Ice Eagles select program players come on the ice as they get prepared to play the Springfield team here in their second game of the day. These are, again, the 9 and 10-year-olds on the ice for the Quad Cities. Again, they come from a cross section of the Quad Cities and surrounding areas. And even as I see Casey for Cody Fitzgerald there from Dubuque, makes a trip down here several times a week for practice and travels throughout the Midwest with us on the team.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the dedication of some of the players and their families. Like, I use Coach Ed Maciejewski as an example. He lives in Geneseo, and it's a good 45-minute drive for you guys to get here yourself.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good 45-minute drive for you guys to get here. And the one thing is, well, I was fortunate enough. I grew up in Boston. I mean, we had a rink 5 minutes away from my house, and there was 200 rinks within our surrounding areas, you know, so it wasn't a big deal for us to travel 5-10 minutes to see a rink. But the dedication, the commitment is fantastic to see out a lot of the families and their children. And it's starting to pay off. I mean, with the level of the level of commitment, our program's getting a lot stronger. And
right.
That's one bonus to the whole thing.
As you talked, as you grew up, Boston area is where you're from originally?
Yes, sir.
And the high school, college, what was your progression up the hockey ladder, I guess, so to speak?
I played high school hockey at Franklin High School. We played in a pretty competitive league, and then I went on from there to play junior A hockey with the Rhode Island Sharks with the Eastern Junior Hockey League, and then I ended up getting a scholarship to the University of Alabama, Huntsville,
okay,
where I played college hockey, and then from there I played in the East Coast Hockey League with the South Carolina Stingrays, and I played in the United Hockey League with Mohawk Valley Prowlers.
Okay.
And then I ended up getting my job here, which worked out pretty fortunate for myself to stay involved in the game of hockey. So.
All right. Now, as you talked about the UHL, the Mallards use our facility here also as their practice facility.
Yep.
And takes us to the next step is you're coaching the Blues this year, but next year you'll be coaching a different team.
Yeah, I'll be. I was fortunate enough to get hired on as a junior B coach, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, coaching at the junior level. I think it's going to be a big boost to the hockey program itself here in the Quad Cities, is having a team of that caliber here, and for the players to get to see the caliber of players that are coming in, the hard work and the dedication, the effort it's going to take to play at that level. I think it's going to benefit more of our mites and scored teams that you've seen out here today than it is our older groups, because our older groups are pretty much more paved in their way. The younger kids are going to be fortunate enough to have that team here and to be able to see that. And hopefully they'll aspire to one day play at that level.
Certainly so. I was talking to Chris just briefly about the Junior B, and talking more about names and colors and emblems and things like that. But some of the work that needs to be done between now and next fall, as far as the tryouts or that type of thing, and the selection process. It's a process similar to the NHL, a draft.
Yeah, we've got a pretty. We're starting from scratch basically. With an expansion team, it's never easy, you know. We are actually, I'm going to hold a couple of tryout camps. We have a draft in May, which I have to draft 20 players from. Hopefully I'll have a good solid 12 or 13 of those players in the lineup next year. That's the one thing about having a draft for a first-year team. You got to expect to take a bunch of those kids right off the roster, off the draft roster right away. So I'm going to hold a tryout camp here in Davenport, the 23rd to the 25th of April, where I'm going to have players come in from all over and get tested and evaluated, and that way I can go into the draft with a list of 50 to 75 kids that I can draft off of. Okay. And I'd like to have one. We actually have one scheduled in Madison for the 17th through the 19th of April, but I think we're going to probably change that to the first week of May, depending on when the draft is.
Okay. Well, Mooch, thanks for spending some time with me here. We'll get ready to start this squirt game here shortly, but certainly appreciate you sitting down with us and talking Sports Center stuff with us. Activities here above and beyond just ice hockey, but the other things that are here, and just letting us get to know what's available. Many of us that come here 3-4 times a week know what's here, but to kind of spread the word to others that this is a friendly, family type place to come down to and spend some time, whether it's on the ice, birthday party, figure skating, ice hockey, broom ball, whatever. It's a lot of stuff to do here.
And like I said on our letterhead and everything, we put the Quad City Sports Center a fun place to play, and that's what we're trying to make it, a fun place for everybody to come down. And if anybody wants more information, they can always call us Sports Center at 563-322-5220, and you can get any more information on any of our programs. Just hit extension 0, will be the front desk, and one of the ladies or gentlemen up there will be able to help you out.
All right, Mooch.
Thank you for
Thank you very much for sitting in with me, and we'll get these squirts going here. And I think Ed's going to come up here shortly and sit down with me and talk some more. So
good.
Thank you very much, Mooch. Yep. Jason Mucharoni, player development here at the Sports Center. Spend some time with us to talk through the activities here at the Quad City Sports Center, and don't get a chance to tie him down very often. He's a busy man here throughout the winter months as he's on the ice, off the ice, and coaching here and there throughout the Midwest. Again, anyone we talk to here is very excited about this whole Junior B program coming in here next fall, and a lot of work to do with that as far as getting their draft done and things like that. So now we move on to the nightcap of the day. Again, these teams have played. This team that's on the ice right now, the Squirt Select, has also played a game earlier today against this same team. Usually what you find is when you travel to a different town to play, you'll play 2 games while you're there, almost to make it worth your while. The first game would be the league game or the conference game, so to speak, and the second game is more of a friendship game. Again, the kids play at the same intensity the first game as they do the second game, and vice versa. But as far as in the league standings, it comes out the first game's the one that counts towards your record in the league. So this is the Ice Eagles Squirt Select team. Again, a cross section of players throughout the Quad Cities and other points beyond. And Peoria or Springfield breaks out first time down the ice. Shots up and no good. Shot by Springfield with a strong shot. Used the post and deflected off. They broke out with 2 players. Now Daniel Rowley is going to break out with the puck. Looking to pass it up to Tanner Toms off the stick. Going into the zone. He's going to knock it in the blue line. Over the line he comes. Goes Tanner Toms. Stays with it. Daniel once again keeps the puck in the blue line. Up close. Switzer with a shot. No good. And kicked out by Peoria. And they'll bring it up the ice. And once again they'll try to break it out and come up along the boards. Daniel Rowley on this right below us here in the camera. Gets a stick on down to Xavier Pendleton. Across the middle, Switzer gets his stick on it again, and they look to get the puck down into the Springfield zone. Off the boards, on the near boards it goes. Again, the Quad Cities in the white jerseys. Springfield in the dark or the black jerseys. And they will change in the fly, similar to the Mite team earlier today. Players cardiovascular-wise have to take a break every once in a while, and there's a whistle on the play. Back behind the play, and there's going to be a penalty called, I believe, on Springfield. One man will go in the box. So now Quad Cities is on the power play. They have 5 players on the ice, and Springfield will play with 4 players for the next minute and a half. They will play with those 4 players on the ice against the Quad Cities 5 players. Face-off is in the neutral zone, which is the area between the blue lines, as you can see it on your TV screen. 5-on-5 hockey until there's a penalty. In this case, it's 5-on-4 due to the penalty, plus a goalie on each side. Some of the players on this team for the Squirt Select. Number 2, Tanner Toms from Bettendorf. He's a 4th grader, 9-year-old, Pleasant View Elementary. Mike Brown's number 5 from Bettendorf also. He's a 3rd grader. He's 7 or 9 years old, Pleasant Valley also. Brady Switzer, number 9, Bettendorf, 4th grader, 9 years old, from Pleasant View. Number 16, Liam Otto from Rock Island, is 3rd grader, age 9, Seton Catholic Grade School. And up Peoria comes up the ice. They're pushing it up. Can't dump it in the blue line. Fitzgerald kicks it back out through the neutral zone, looking to pass a puck up against the board right in front of the Peoria bench. Peoria in the dark jerseys. Once again, we'll try to get over that blue line. Still a live puck. Joe Dare with the puck, taps it up, hits a player's hand. No call made. Still on the blue line, and no offsides called. Cliff Durham fighting for the the puck. And Joe Dare drives the net. Shot's no good as he gets tripped down. Some other players on the Quad City select team. Casey Masiewski, number 17, and Peoria's on a breakaway. On the defense goes defense that time, when the penalty is going to be called on Riley. Joe Riley is going to call for tripping. Not a bad penalty in that case on the breakaway. Joe gave it all he had, but interference called on Joe, and he'll go in the box for a minute and a half. Casey Masiewski, 17. She's from Geneseo, 4th grader, homeschooled. Cody Fitzgerald, number 18 for Quad Cities, from Dubuque. He's a 4th grader from Irving Grade School. 23 is Daniel Roller from Geneseo, 4th grader, 10 years old, St. Malachy's. Number 26 is Bobby Cassette from Moline, is a 5th grader, 10 years old, from Butterworth Elementary. Cliff Durham, number 30 from Rock Island, is a 3rd grader, age 9, from Jordan Catholic. Joe Dare's number 63 from Moline. He's a 5th grader, 10 years old, from Jane Addams. Dustin Ditzman's number 65 from Osco, is a 4th grader from C.R. Hanna. Matt Butler, number 66 from Davenport. He's a 4th grader, 10 years old, from Paul Norton Elementary. Number 73 is Xavier Pendleton from Rock Island, 4th grader, 10 years old, from Horace Mann Choice. 77 is Ryan Schmidt from Davenport. He's a 4th grader, 9 years old, Mark Twain Elementary. Mac Fulton's number 79 from Silvis, 3rd grader, 9 years old, from George O'Barr Elementary. Number 96 is Joe Riley from Bettendorf, a 3rd grader, 9 years old, from Grant Wood Elementary. On the ice, the Quad City select team versus the Springfield Kings, I believe, is their nickname. And up they come. No score in this game. 8:55 left in the first period. And no score. And again, played the Springfield team earlier today. Springfield came out victorious by a score of 5-4, I believe. Close game down the stretch. Nice shot from the point that time by Springfield. The big fella out front at the point for Springfield. Lines one up and fires it. Number 4 for them, Brandon Schroer. And the save made by the goalie this afternoon, Mike Brown, number 5. Mike Brown from Bettendorf, Pleasant View Elementary. Once again, Springfield lines it up out front off Liam Otto's skate. Springfield regains it, and shot saved by Brown once again, as fielded 2 point-blank shots in a row, and he stood both of them. Once again, even man strength now. The penalties are over for Springfield, but Geneseo's playing 1 man down this time. A nice shot from the point, long shot from the outside slot that time, fielded by Brown, and save. No score with 13 seconds left on the penalties to Joe Riley as he sits in the box on the far side. And Ed Masiewski puts on the headsets to walk me through this and tell me what I'm doing. Hi, Ed. Welcome aboard, and 2 good games today. Got the important one, the league game, came out victorious, as Ed is the coach for that Mite Select team that we just got done seeing play their friendship game. And a save that time by Mike Brown. I don't think Mike knew where the puck was, but it was underneath him. So another big save by Mike Brown. We've had to call his name quite a few times already here in this first period on big saves, as Springfield loaded him up from the point and fired him on net, Ed.
Well, John, you sound like a professional here. How many years have you been?
I've done it for about an hour and a half now. So, as Ed, I've done football broadcasts for the Geneseo Maple Leafs for 7 years, 8 years now, whatever it is. Just a little over 100 games we've broadcast now, and so I slip on calling this Quad City team the Geneseo team once in a while. Certainly we'd like to have that happen, though, wouldn't we? I'd like to have a bunch of Geneseo kids out there, but as it is right now, we only had 4 Geneseo kids actually play in today's games. two on this Mite team, your daughter and my son, and the two both our sons played in the first game, the Mite game. So as they work behind, Joe Riley came out of that penalty box, and Joe Dares on the ice, number 63, and Bobby Cassette with the ball, or puck, as he kicks it back behind the net, and the Quad City team will regroup themselves. Joe's kind of messing around with behind the net there, can't get it on his stick. He kicks it out to Bobby. Bobby's going to look to break it out. His center goes down the middle. Nice pass that time to Cody Fitzgerald. He's working up against Springfield. Shots up high, hits a post, knocked down, no good. Certainly a nice rush up the ice that time by Cody. No score. Cliff Durham with the shot, no good. They're saved that time by the goalie. So we remain 0-0 with 6:51 left in this first period. Well, Ed, we've talked to Chris Otto a little bit and talked a little bit to Craig Woodcroft, and also spent quite a bit of time with Mooch as far as the programs here at the Sports Center. And your turn to fill us in a little bit about what's going on with the Junior Bs.
Well, the Junior B team, that's a new program coming to this to the Quad City Sports Center. It's a pretty highly competitive league. Kids primarily 16 to 20 years old that are looking to move on their playing career to college or professional hockey. And it's going to give the kids here in the Quad Cities a great opportunity to be able to play with some of the best youth players in the U.S. We're going to be playing in the Central States League, which is we're going to be the 13th team.
Where are some of those teams from? Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, Peoria, Chicago. There's 3 teams from Detroit, Flint, Grand Rapids, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and Toledo.
There's some big company there, Ed.
Yeah, we're right in hockey town right there in Detroit with 5 teams from Michigan. But this is a league that is a developmental league. Kids, like I said, 16 to 20 years old that are coming out of high-level midget teams or high school teams looking to move on their career to college and professional hockey. There's currently now about 18 kids out of this league playing professional hockey. And there'll be a lot of kids coming in from around the U.S., probably Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Minnesota area going to be boarded here, living on the team, or living here in the Quad Cities playing on the team. And it's going to give our kids here at the high school level an opportunity to play along with those kids and experience some of that high-level competition. So we're real excited to provide that opportunity to the kids here in the Quad Cities.
Sounds great. I mean, I know we've talked before, but you're actually looking for some host families to host. Actually, these young men will be coming into this area from Omaha, wherever, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and they'll be living right within the community with everyone else, going to the local high schools or local college, working within the community also, and they're looking for host families to kind of give some room and board to these hockey players as they look to further their experience in ice hockey.
Yes, we are. We're looking. We're always continuously looking for host families.
Shot by Xavier Pendleton. Thought it went in, Ed, but must have hit the post and just bounced out. But
must have rang the post again.
Everyone held their breath on that one, but the official was right on top of that one and called no goal and play on. And the puck was blown dead in the goal crease, and now they'll go to a face-off just left of the goalie. Tanner Toms with the stick on the puck that time. And now to go back outside the zone, and all the Quad City players have to get back over that blue line before they can enter back in with the puck. Once that puck goes over, then they can go in. Same thing with Springfield. They will not enter over that blue line until the puck goes the other direction, and now they can go. Xavier Pendleton, number 73, fighting for the puck. Tanner Toms goes down. Springfield keeps their spacing real well also, don't they, Ed?
They do. They play position very well. Probably seen 2 real good programs in Central Illinois here play today with Springfield and also Peoria. And both areas have a good junior program. Springfield has a junior A team in the North American Junior Hockey League, which is the next level up, and Peoria has probably one of the best junior B teams in the country, and so those kids get to kind of view that high-level skill and play and tempo, and they kind of role model after those younger teenage and young adults to play like that, so they can one day play at that level.
And Peoria puts the first mark on the board to go up by the score of 1-0 with 3:41 left in this first period. Ed, all your games for the junior B team will be played right here at the Sports Center.
We hope so, yeah. Right now, as it stands, we'll play all of our games right here in this arena. It's a very nice facility, very intimate. The owner from Peoria was here last weekend. We talked to him at the squirt game. He has a son that plays on the squirt travel team, played against Casey and Daniel there. And he thought the arena was very, very nice, very intimate. Fans are right down on the ice, pretty much eye level with the players here. Once you get down in the last row of seats. So it's kind of unique to any other facilities that we kind of play at. Peoria's got a little bit of that on each end of the ice where you can stand right next to the boards, but most youth arenas are not set up like this. It's a very, very nice facility. Back to the host families again.
Yes.
You were asking about that. We got a great response from our community for host families. We currently have about 18 to 22 host families, but we'll feel real comfortable when we get to about 30, 35 families, because some people won't like it and won't be for them, and we'll have players coming in and out, kids moving up to junior A and vice versa, and
moving back and forth.
Between teams. So, you know, we're going to need some extra host families. Gentleman by the name of Dave Warda is our head of our housing program, and we're going to have an informational meeting probably middle of February, end of February, for that. And if you wanted more information, you could contact the Sports Center directly. I better let you call this one, John.
No, I thought we were going to have a breakaway there. Joe Dare made a rush up the ice, and he had two people on the wings. But they turn around. Peoria comes right back. Joe Riley on the defense, shots saved by Mike Brown. And with that stoppage of play, let's take a moment and meet our Quad City Ice Eagles Squirt Select team. These are your Quad City Ice Eagles Squirt Select. Number 5, Mike Brown. Number 9, Brady Switzer. Number 16, Liam Otto. Number 17, Casey Masiewski. Number 18, Cody Fitzgeralds. Number 23, Daniel Rowley. Number 26, Bobby Cassat. Number 30, Cliff Durham. Number 63, Joseph Dare. Number 65, Dustin Ditzman. Number 66, Matt Butler. Number 73, Xavier Pendleton. Number 77, Ryan Schmidt. Number 79, Mac Fulton. Number 96, Joe Riley. And number 2, Tanner Toms. And your coaches, Dan Brown and Chris Otto. We get set to start our face-off, just left of Mike Brown. Line up for the face-off. Matt Butler takes a face-off. And then Mac Fulton's on the ice also, along with Dustin Ditzman, Ryan Schmidt, and Casey Masiewski. Mac bringing the puck out of the zone into the neutral zone. And Springfield shoots it right back in. Mike had to make a save on that puck. Bounced in front of the net. Tough to handle. Quad City stays spread out. They center the puck to the middle. That's the danger zone, Ed, as you've taught the kids over and over. That danger zone right in front of that goal, that triangle right out in front of there. Right in there. Nice play that time by Matt Butler to get back. Stop that pass being entered into that zone. Quad City Ice Eagles as jerseys, as you see, similar to the Mike team you saw earlier today. Shots, once again, Mike Brown to stop. And they're still wrestling for it, and Springfield does get it in. Goal by Springfield to make it 2-0. As you progress through this Ice Eagle system, your jerseys from the mites all the way up to the high school team, or the all the way up to the midget level, all their jerseys are similar in color and style and layout. Makes it a little easier for the player as he moves up to the next level to keep his jersey and not have to repurchase that jersey every year because of the different logos and things like that on them. Back behind the net, Daniel Rowley goes back for the battle along with the Springfield player, and he's tripped up. No call that time. Don't think I've had many icing calls today, Ed. I had to try to explain that to somebody, what the icing call is. Maybe if it happens, you can help explain that a little bit better to them. And I think I got the offsides portion of it down. Haven't had many of those today either. There, the puck was shot down. The goalie's going to make a play on that right in front of the goal crease. 2-0. Peoria's on top. Just a few 30 seconds left here in this first period. Tanner Toms goes to the corner to bring it out. Off it goes. Now Geneseo or Quad Cities will set themselves once again. Daniel Rowley with the puck as he shoots it in over the blue line. Xavier Pendleton again trying to get something going here for the Quad City Ice Eagles, and that'll bring it to the end of the first period with the score 2-0 for Peoria. Now, Ed, you played a lot of hockey in your day. Where'd you start at? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Hockey Town, USA.
Worked your way, still a Red Wings fan, as I know. You've convinced your kids to be Red Wings fans also, haven't you?
Can I convince yours?
And you convinced one of my sons to be a Red Wings fan also. Played high school hockey up there, or how did you?
No, high school hockey is not that very big in Detroit. It's more of a travel type of hockey, AA, AAA type programs. Junior hockey is very big also. But I started playing probably when I was about 10 years old or so, 9, 10 years old. End of squirts, beginning of Pee-wees, and just moved right on through. Started at house league, then into travel, single A and double A and AAA, and played 2 years junior hockey there in Detroit. Didn't continue on my career. Had some opportunities to go on and play some small schools, Division III, but stayed focused on academics and school to go into the workplace at a little earlier age. So.
All right. Then you brought yourself down here to the Quad City area, and you brought your hockey knowledge and expertise to the Sports Center here, and we all appreciate that. We're talking about the coaches. As we said earlier, you're the Mite Select coach here for the team that played earlier this afternoon, and have an outstanding season this year with the Mite Select.
Oh, it's excellent. Have a great bunch of kids and great bunch of parents, and really shows on the ice. Kids are really focused and really work hard together, and that's probably really one of the key aspects to the sport, is that everybody has to work together on the ice. Everybody has a job, no matter if they have the puck or not, and as long as the kids understand that, work together and play as a team, they're going to be very successful.
Craig Woodcroft and I were talking a little bit about that he was very impressed with the spacing and the position play that he's seen by both the Mites, Squirts, and also Peoria, plus his Springfield team. How they've all been coached to play their positions and work together. But Bobby brings it into the neutral zone. Bobby Cassette. Now he dumps it in deep. And Springfield chases after it. 2-0 Springfield here. 11 minutes left in this second period. 3 periods are played in a hockey game. Each game will last approximately 1 hour when it's all said and done from start to finish, as that's how the ice time is allowed within the Sports Center here, and you'll find that at all rinks that you go to. So whoever's keeping the time kind of works the time to work out to hit it right when the Zamboni starts to come onto the ice, and that's the same way that way with practice. Anybody that's be interested, it's not like your practice lasts forever. You're here for 1 hour, you get your job done, your work done in 1 hour, then you're off the ice.
That's correct. That's correct. kids are on the ice. Probably these kids here are on the ice 3 to 4 times a week, but at the recreational levels, it's twice a week. It's not as much of a commitment, and it's a lot of fun. Kids have a lot of fun with it. It's a great program.
Again, all these kids that we see on the ice right now, most of them are playing either in the house league or a recreational league or some type of additional skating over and above just their workouts as a team, as a select team. Confusion on the ice. I don't know what the call was that time, Ed. The whistle was blown. And
I think it was an offside there.
Joe Dare goes
icing.
Joe Dare goes in the box for a penalty. They didn't catch anything there. He'll get a 1 minute and 30-second penalty where he will go in the box, and the Quad City team will play a man down. They'll play a 4-on-5 now. Matt Butler's going to prove him wrong. He's going to take the length of the ice, looking to take to the net, and stops short of the goal. Matt Butler with a nice rush that time up the ice, and now Mac Fulton's back on defense by himself and does a nice job getting the puck back out of the blue line, and Springfield carries it right back in. Shot, nice save that time by Brown. Another shot by Springfield, no good. Mike Brown's seen a lot of shots, as did goalie in the first game. Another shot just about goes through, no good. Save by Mike. I don't think he saw that one very well. He was screened pretty well by a Quad City player. Mike hangs in there, shut him down to keep the score at 2-0. And Quad City are playing a man down, 4-on-5. Springfield with the 5 players, and again, they have to make the alignment. You have 2 defensemen and 3 forwards on the ice is how they line up, and that's the position they play. Defenseman plays defense. Xavier Pendleton up the ice. Shot on goal, no good. Saved by the Springfield goalie. Still a loose puck. Defensemen stay back towards the blue line here. Mac along with Schmidt, Mac Fulton along with Ryan Schmidt. Now they'll go into action. The defensemen retreat and get themselves turned around, skate backwards. He's trying to stop that puck and give Mike Brown a chance to see the puck as it comes towards him. Again, this team will change on the fly also, as you'll hear the coaches yell and they'll pull kids off the ice. And I was talking to Chris earlier, that's probably what you do more yelling about during the game, is getting kids on and off the ice, as you do actually coaching while they're on the ice. Most of the coaching's done off the ice as they're on the bench and explain what they saw or what they did or didn't do that time on that shift. Mike Brown with another big save, point blank shot again, and Mike catches one on the blocker side that time. Penalties over now, and teams are at even strength, 5-on-5 skater-wise, plus each team has a goalie. It's one of the beauties of hockey, isn't it, Ed, with the way that you have, you don't have 5 guys that play the whole time. It's rotate. You have about 10, 15 kids at least that can get an action on the ice. And Xavier Pendleton, good by Xavier Pendleton, and linked to the ice. Pulls it back to the left side and went high over the goalie's right shoulder to make the score 2-1. Xavier gets broke out like that, he's tough to stop. He can fly down the ice, and if he doesn't have the shot, he's the first one to give it up to the next guy that does have an open shot. Xavier Pendleton, first goal of the game for this Squirt Select team of the Quad City Ice Eagles. Daniel Rowley feathers the puck up. Once again, he's going to got to get him on side. That was close that time. Now they're going to retreat on defense, and nice tight game here. Xavier on the ice with Switzer. Shots up high, just about handcuffed him that time. Long shot that time by Xavier. Tanner Tom's in the corner, mixing it up down there. Again, no checking in this league, Ed, but they surely can get physical. The kids are getting control of their bodies enough to get physical and try to, you do a little leaning and
oh yeah, we teach during practice, we teach how to use your body, because at the next level above this Pee-wee level, 10 and under, well, no, I'm sorry, 12 and under is when checking starts, so we don't want the kids to be intimidated,
right, and
really be scared of playing the body when it really starts. So we teach on angling and proper body position and how to take a check and distribute your weight so you don't get hit or hurt. And it seems to be working out well. The kids seem to be taking on to that very well, and it really helps out with their body position on the ice.
As we see different teams throughout the Midwest, we see different styles. Some teams are much more physical than others. Some play the stick a lot more. It's just amazing how, although everybody's playing hockey, how they kind of play a different brand of hockey sometimes. And sometimes you have to adjust your style to play what they're playing.
That's correct.
So Springfield dumps it down. Daniel Rowley going to chase to the corner, and no call for icing that time. He's going to carry the puck around the boards and dump it out. A lot of Quad Cities were in the switch change up that time. Xavier wrestles him down with pins a stick down, and Daniel once again tries to get it out of the zone and just can't clear it. Now we clear it out.
Talking to you, and we really appreciate you, Keith and Willis, for coming out and helping us out and promoting hockey in the Quad Cities. And hopefully we'll see you out maybe next year at some Junior B games and show the folks some real good youth talent at that level. And hopefully with our program, in the future, we'll see one of these guys in the pros, like one of these guys sitting right here wants to talk to his dad.
Well, Ed wants to put on Matthew Rowley, put the headsets on and see what he has to say. Matthew, good game today. You had 2 games. Were they tough games today?
Yeah.
Now, you guys were victorious in the first game, but the second game, you had a little hard time there in that second game, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep. Was it fun having somebody up here doing a little camera work and going to put you guys on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, now the first game you played all defense that game, didn't you?
Yep.
Which do you like better, playing defense or offensive end?
I think defense.
Defense? You enjoy sitting here and watching your other brother play?
Yep.
A lot of other kids, you know most of the other kids on this squirt team, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're down by the score of 1-2 right now, and Springfield's looked pretty good this game so far. Okay. Well, Matthew, that's been great talking to you a little bit on the air. If you want to go ahead and set the headsets down, and we'll let somebody else step in, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Matthew, Thank you, Matthew, for joining us. As it brings a little bit of insight into his game that he had earlier today, the 2 games that he's played. So the score remains 2-1 with 5:14 left in this second period, and a face-off down in front of Mike Brown, the Quad City goalkeeper. Back in the corner they go, invisible by myself, and the camera can pick up a little bit of it. Around they go. How important it is here as we sit here and I talk to Ed and Chris and some of their personalities or people that we've talked to, that very few of these fellas get any compensation for what they do throughout the year, throughout the whole winter. This sport starts in late September. It'll go till the first part of April. It's a long season, but you don't, like I said, you don't hear many of the kids on the ice complain about getting to practice or getting out to play, because it's a game that's just infectious amongst the kids. They just love to come out here and do what they're doing. Springfield with a breakaway on Mike Brown. Holds the puck, and good. Score by Peoria to make the score 3-1. Mike that time had the Springfield guy just bearing down on him. And not much assistance that time as they broke away, and Mike gave it a fight. Makes the score 3-1 on the ice now. We'll go Tanner Toms, Xavier Pendleton, Brady Switzer, along with Daniel Rowley and Liam Otto. Out of the face-off comes Pendleton's shot on goal, off the post by Xavier. You can hear it ring in the background. Brady Switzer going to try to get that puck down low. He does this time. And Peoria goes behind the net, number 28 for them. Brian Adams brings it out. Xavier tries to do some forechecking and stop the puck from coming up the ice. And he kicks it back down over the blue line. And Springfield once again will pick up the puck. Liam Otto on the defense, and nice save that time by Xavier to keep that puck inside that blue line. That's what you want to do with offensive end. You want to keep that puck inside the blue line. But you don't want to go in too far, because once that player gets behind you, it's time for the breakaway for the other team. Shot on goal that time by Liam Otto was stopped by the skate of the Springfield player. And a nice rush that time by the Quad City Ice Eagles to put some pressure on the goalie of the Springfield Kings. Daniel Roller that kicks it up. Brady Switzer right there. Try to keep it in. Tanner Thomas fighting for the puck. Works this player off the puck to Xavier Pendleton. Nice pass by Tanner. Now they're looking. Stick gets a little bit high that time on Xavier. Puck at the goalie. Goalie doesn't know where the puck is. No whistles. The whistle was blown. They're going to do a face-off to the left of the goalie for Springfield. A bouncing puck like that for a goalie certainly can be dangerous, and Xavier got one just about to skip through the 5-hole to hit the back of the net. Came up short. Face-off. Cody Fitzgerald lines up for the face-off for the Ice Eagles. Draws the puck back, and this will be a no call this time by the officials on the ice. There's 2 officials to handle these games. Cliff Durham with the puck. He shoots in the neutral zone. In pursuit is Ryan Schmidt. He does get the puck, the stick on his stick. He's looking along the Quad City bench, looking to stop. Fires towards the net. Bobby Cassette is right there. Going to swing it back in front of the net. Looking for somebody's stick open. He tries to get it through. No good. Once again, he'll line it up. Shoots no good. Springfield does a nice job of keeping their skates there and their sticks down to block any shot from coming in. 3-1's the score. Springfield's on top with 2:02 or 2:20 left in this second period. Action in front of the net. Placed on the stick of Fitzgerald. No good. Had a nice wraparound shot that time. It didn't go in. And once again, Springfield just loads up in front of that goal mouth. And offside's going to be called on Quad Cities. That time the puck went over that blue line before Cliff Durham, number 30, could get outside the blue line with the help of the Springfield player from keeping from getting up. And this puck went in first. They call offsides on Quad Cities, and the faceoff comes out to the neutral zone, or the area between the 2 blue lines on the ice. Once again, this is a Squirt Select team. Do some travel around the Midwest as far as Illinois and Iowa throughout the winter month. This team was victorious, and they got first place in a big snowball shootout tournament at Peoria over the Christmas break. They beat first place as they beat a team from Barrington in an overtime game. No call with a high stick that time. A lot of folks in the stands here trying to help them out with that call. But this team, the Squirt team for the Quad Cities, were victorious down at Springfield, or down at Peoria, in the snowball shootout, which is a very large tournament in this region. So they beat the team from Barrington, which was a big feather in their hat to come back from being down and win that game in overtime on a beautiful shot from the high slot by Joe Dare. Whistle was blown, the play was blown dead, and there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. Pendleton comes on along with Switzer, Rowley, Otto, and Toms again. 1:18 left in the period. Quad City would like to get a goal here at the last minute and 10 seconds of this period to try to get this thing close. Springfield takes it in and stopped by Mike Brown. Once again, Mike Brown has made numerous saves here in this game, but he's been able to keep a clear view of the shot and be able to focus on it and make the good glove save. Face-off won by Springfield. Shot no good off Xavier Pendleton's thigh. Still can't get the puck back up to him. And it won't come off of the stick of the Springfield player, and Springfield called for offsides. And they'll go to a neutralized face-off once again. Face-off taken right in front of us. Now, once again, as a face-off, you want to try to pull that puck back to your players, not push it forward to the other player. You want to pull it back. Xavier won that one, but pushed it forward, trying to split the defense and take it towards the goal. 43 seconds left in the period. Going to break it out once again. Down deep in the corner goes Rowley, number 23. Gets this on the stick of Pendleton, just can't get the puck out of the zone. And shot on goal, saved by Brown. Wraps around the net. Daniel knocks it out to Switzer, who will pass it over to Xavier Pendleton with 19 seconds left. He brings it over the red line. Now looking for the blue line to pinch him at the blue line. And the puck is loose and shot towards the goal, but nothing going that time. Peoria's about ready to break out. They have 3 players breaking out. Xavier comes back to help on the defensive side. And that's the end of the second period. So at the end of 2 periods here, it's the Ice Eagles 1 and Springfield 3. With these games at this level, they're just a 1-minute break here between periods, and then they do not Zamboni the ice again or anything like you've seen in the Mallards or any other game here, the professional games. You continue to just take the same ice as you played the rest of the game on, and they take the 1-minute break, give the kids a breather, and back they'll come at it again. I keep calling them Peoria. Springfield made the trip up here today, and we reciprocate. We were down there early this season, very early in the season, first part of October it seemed like. We went to Springfield. Willis, welcome aboard.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Willis Andel will now join me. I'm not going to ask Willis anything about his hockey career or anything like that, because I know Willis well enough to know that he doesn't have a hockey career or didn't have one or anything.
I'm just amazed when I watch these kids out here skating. I mean, it make it look so easy, and I know if I was out there, I'd be falling down everywhere.
Yeah, and you know, you sit up here in the stands and you hear people yelling and hollering about this and that, and you don't even appreciate how hard it is to do what they're doing at the way they're doing it right now.
I mean, just going forward's great, but watching them go backwards and skate and stop, and fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. So we'll go to the face-off to the third period. They put 12 minutes on the clock. Once again, some of the parents help out doing the clock and the penalty box and things like that. It's an effort for everyone to try to make this fun for the kids. Joe Dare has the puck on his stick. Going to the net. Shots no good. And back on defense, Bobby along with Liam Otto. Cliff Durham works him over along the boards here, and Springfield breaks out. They're gonna come across the line, 3-on-2. Cody Fitzgerald trying to get into the play. Shot's no good. Bobby's gonna get the puck on his stick. Bobby Cassette over the blue line, over the red line, over to Cliff, down the center, high slot. Shots blocked by Springfield. And Springfield rushes right back up the ice. Back on defense is Joe Riley along with Joe Dare. Puck was stopped dead along the dasher, and now Joe will pick the puck up along the back behind the net, and away he goes, brings it up, gets it up to Cliff, over his stick. Puck comes out of the zone, and they're going to be called for offside. Springfield called for offside as the puck did exit the blue line, and then shot right back in before his players had a chance to return to the neutral zone. 3-1's the score with 11 minutes left in this third period. And this is the second game of the day for these two teams to play against each other. Springfield was also victorious in the first game by a score of 5-4. Face off down in front of the net. Casey Maszewski with the shot, no good, saved by the goalie, and kicks it out, and off to the races comes Springfield. Mac Fulton along with Ryan Schmidt on the defense. Matt Butler moves back to help out, and offside is going to be called on Springfield as they once again player entered the zone before the puck did. It's a tough rule to teach, whether it's this level or especially the lower levels. It's a tough thing to coach, because it just you can see it so much better up here than you can when you're on the ice where that blue line is.
When you're down there involved, you just want to get there, get going to that goal.
Yeah, like they said, that your eyes get pretty big when you see that puck coming towards you, and it all comes with experience as they play. Dustin Ditzman on the defense trying to do some forechecking there. And up they come again, 3 across they come. Once again comes Springfield, shot on goal, no good. Brown with the save. Schmidt wraps it around the boards, and Springfield's going to the corner to muck it out. Nice centering pass, and froze by Mike Brown in the goal crease. Face off to his left side, or his glove side. Quad Cities in the white jerseys, Springfield in the dark. The dark jerseys. On the ice, Roley Pendleton along with Switzer. Otto along with Toms. Your goalie is Mike Brown. Tanner Toms at the puck. Xavier Pendleton's going to come out of the pack with the puck. Over the red line he goes on a rush. One-man rush, tries to get a shot off, deflected off the Springfield player. Daniel Rowley from the high slot tries to shoot one in, gets blocked once again before it gets to the on goal. Tanner Toms with the puck, and he swings it around the board and over in the far corner. Switzer on the boards for the Quad City team. Back behind the goal goes Tanner Toms. Back to Brady. And now Springfield once again try to break out, trying to stop the attack, and there's a whistle behind the play. And it appears as if there will be a penalty called on a Springfield player here, Willis.
Looks like that.
Well,
Didn't seem to call yet, though.
They're going to call one on each of them. They're going to call a... We'll have to catch what that call was as they announce it on the far side. A 1.5-minute penalty on each of them, it looks like. Quad City's down by 2 goals with 9:31 left in the hockey match. And the officials will go back over to the box and explain the penalty once again to them.
It's still going to end up being 5-on-5.
Yes, in that case, when there's both a penalty, they will stay 5-on-5 and keep it even. So 1:30 put on the board for both players for a penalty. Now we're back to the action. Joe Dare will bring it over the blue line. He's on a rush by himself, gets held up, gets drugged down, but no call made there. And Cody Fitzgerald makes a play at the red line from his defense position, dumps the puck in, looking for someone to pass it to down along the boards. Now they'll go up against the boards. Peoria's coming back, or Springfield's coming back with it.
1.5 minutes for interference at 2:29 of the third period. Quad City Ice Eagle penalty to number 73, Xavier Pendleton. 1.5 minutes for roughing at 2:29 of the third period.
So a roughing call on Xavier puts him in the box for a 1.5 minutes, and the other one was a interference call on Springfield. It's one of those probably retaliation things. They kind of got in a little fray down low, and one took on the other one. Nice shot up, passed up front by Bobby Cassette, and shot by Cody Fitzgerald. Just couldn't get it through to the goalie, but a nice play nevertheless by both of them to be in the right place and play the right position. Up the puck comes Cliff Durham with the puck. Takes 2 of them with him. I think he's laying on top of the puck. There it comes out. Joe Dare on defense along with Joe Riley. Puck goes up high. Bobby goes after it. It goes to the neutral zone, and now Cliff Durham's down, and we're reaching a lot. 2 hands on the stick, and we'll pull that thing back in. And once again, Cliff goes down, and I think it was somebody got him from the backside that time and tried to trip him a little bit. Now we're going to come over the line, and they're going to call offsides as Cliff was just about a half a stride over the line before the puck was dumped in there.
Like you said, John, it's so easy up here to see the offside, but when you're down there right on the line, it's a little bit harder.
Yep. Cliff played goalie the first game for us. Cliff Durham played the goalie position for the Ice Eagles on the first game of the afternoon. Sometimes they'll do that. They have a couple goalies on the team, and they'll switch on and off every other game or something like that. Certainly a goalie, when he's not playing goalie, will skate out as a regular skater. He won't just sit and watch. He'll be a regular skater more often than not. Matt Butler along with Dustin Ditzman, Casey Muszewski along with Ryan Schmidt and Mac Fulton on the ice for the Ice Eagles. In the white jerseys against Springfield in the black jerseys. 3-0 is the score. 3-1, excuse me, 3-1 is the score, with the Springfield team on top. Now they come down once again in a 3-man rush. Comes across the ice, and they're going to call offsides. It's difficult to hear the whistles, Willis, as far as with these headsets on. Offsides by Springfield. And as you can see, the Quad City team going through a line change over there. 5 players on, 5 players off. Face off in the neutral zone. Springfield will come out with it. Mike Brown had to make a save of it. And that'll be a face off to his glove side or his left side. 3-1's the score. 7:22 left in this third period. Xavier Pendleton with the face-off, looking for some help in there, and Tanner Toms comes in and helps him get it out of there. Xavier brings the puck up. They tie him up at the blue line, not letting him get over that blue line. Puck's loose, going to keep it in play. Liamato still keeps it in. Now it comes out of the zone, and Peoria will go the other way with it. Daniel Rowley back on defense. Pendleton coming back to help him out. Nice pass that time. Daniel breaks it up, gets it up the ice to Brady Switzer, and Peoria takes over at the blue line. Nice shot on goal, and it's saved by Mike Brown for the Ice Eagles. Again, something we want to, when I say shot on goal, means there's a play at the net that you see sometimes. You talk about shots on goal. The more shots you have on goal, the better percentage you have of one of those shots going in. So they keep track. That's one of the stats they keep within hockey, is your shots on goal. Anything that the goalie has to make a play on is a shot on goal. Something else we wanted to touch upon is certainly anybody interested in getting active in any programs that we have here at the Sports Center, whether it be ice hockey, figure skating, broomball, anything, just using the party room, feel free to give this facility a call or stop by. Phone number here is 322-5220. That's 563-322-5220 is the number here at the Sports Center. And somebody here most all day from morning till night that can help you with any of your questions in regards to any of the activities here. And certainly if you have a youngster, male or female, boy or girl, interested in hockey of any aspect, give a call. They can connect you with somebody that maybe you know within your school, something like that will answer any questions you have. Equipment wise, again, it is available as on a rental program if needed. Word of mouth, you'll find somebody that'll make sure you get some equipment to get on the ice if you want to get on the ice. There's no problem there. And that's what happened when I started playing. Our boys started playing. Oh, it slid through Mike at 5 holes. It came off his stick and slid in. Springfield with a goal to make it 4-1. Certainly if your child wants to play hockey, somebody will make sure they can get on the ice and play.
And if you're first starting out, you probably would want to rent just to find out how dedicated and how bad they really want to get into it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Rent some stuff. It can be a very large investment if you walk in the store and buy all your equipment new, but certainly there's all kinds of used equipment out there, and certainly more than a lot of people be more than interested to help you get your equipment together to little to no cost to get you active in this sport. It's a lot of fun to watch, and from what I am told, a lot of fun to play.
It looks that way, John.
4-1, Springfield on top of the Quad Cities. Up against the boards, and Springfield brings it out once again, and Ryan Schmidt's back on defense. All these players are equipped with helmets and mouthpieces and shoulder pads, shin pads, elbow pads, gloves that are pretty heavy-duty gloves. And breezers, their pants have the built-in pads within the tailbone, the thighs, and the hips and kidney area in the back. They come up pretty high in their backs to protect them in all areas. And it's something that I've watched over the years we've been here. Very seldom does a player get hurt playing hockey. It's very seldom you see someone actually get hurt. There's no cleats or anything like that that are sticking in the ground that causes knee or ankle problems, but all the thing is on ice, and it'll give as you start to twist, it'll twist. So very few injuries you see on a hockey rink or in a hockey game.
Unlike if you or I went out there and just try to do it on our own, we'd probably wouldn't be prepared.
You and I go out and just a public skate could fall down and hurt ourselves. That's our problem. These kids are well protected, probably better than the ones you see at those public skates, certainly better. Equipped for a fall of any type. 4:33 left in this hockey game. Shot on goal, saved by Brown once again. He's having a stellar game today. 4 goals. He has given up 4 goals, but he's faced a lot of shots. Scores 4-1. Springfield on top of your Squirt Select team. Puck goes behind the net. Nice pass that time once again by Springfield. Had a couple guys open right over in front of the crease. Off the board by Ditzman. Back on defense is Rowley along with Otto. And around the boards it goes, and they'll go chase it. And as players open for Springfield, shots no good, saved by Brown. And they'll do a face-off near side on the blocker side of Mike Brown for your Ice Eagles.
3:50 to go in the third period. Springfield ahead 4-1 over the Quad Cities.
Line change completed by the Quad Cities as Springfield. Again, very cardiovascular workout out there for these kids. For anybody who plays hockey, it's very cardiovascular wise, and they one or two times up and down the ice. It's time for them to get off the ice because of the just out of breath, and they'll bring somebody else in. They'll change on the fly. I mean, they'll open the door and one guy will fly out and the other will fly in. As I talked to Craig Woodcroft earlier, you don't see him climbing over the boards very much because they can hardly see over the boards.
That's
They're not
true.
big enough yet to get over the boards. Face off down in the Quad Cities end. 4-3 is the score. Xavier Pendleton with the puck, number 73, stopped at the blue line, pinched off, and back over the blue line it goes. Xavier's gonna have a breakaway this time. Number 73, Xavier Pendleton. And no call made. As right in front of the goal, there was no call made as he approached the goal. Xavier Pendleton out of Milan. Rock Island Horseman Choice School. Number 73. Face off. Tanner comes out with it. Tanner Toms. And a good call that time is somebody took some liberty with Brady Switzer right in front of the goal. One cross-checking across the back. Should have been the call that time. So he went down hard. Brady Switzer out of Bettendorf, Pleasant View grade school. 9 years old.
Give Quad City advantage here in the last 3:02 of the third period, behind 4-1.
Another minute, like I said, minute 30 put on the clock for penalty. Strictly a checking call on Adams of Springfield. Now you watch your defensemen. They stay out there by that blue line. They want to keep that puck from going out of the blue line, out over the blue line. Daniel Rowley along with Ryan Schmidt out in front. Shot's no good by Xavier Pendleton right in the danger zone, the low slot. Daniel tries to keep the puck in, and he does keep it in. Back to the Springfield player, and back the puck goes to the length of the ice. And no call of icing on that one.
Because of the penalty.
Because of the penalty, correct. There is a penalty, yep. No icing calls when you're a man down. Joe Dare's going to sneak up. Just about had a breakaway on that one. 4-1's the score with 2:19 left. Daniel Rowley chases the puck down behind his own net. Breaks it out, up to the blue line, over the blue line. And offside is going to be called on Springfield. Springfield take the opportunity to do a line change of their defensemen. Or excuse me, their forwards coming out of that door. Again, Quad City's on a one-man advantage here for the next 35 seconds. Gets the puck over to Fitzgerald on his near side, the right side. He passes down the middle to Dare. Nice play that time by the Quad Cities. Puck still alive. And shots comes up short. A Springfield player stops the puck from getting to his goalie. Now Springfield dumps the puck across the ice. Gets away from Ryan Schmidt. Xavier tries to dump it in. And now there's a muck over in front of the Peoria bench, or Springfield bench. We get back on sides. And that time we do dump the puck deep into Springfield zone. 1:30 left in this hockey game. 4-1, Springfield's on top of the Quad Cities. Joe Dare trying to get one fed across. Nice pass by Joe. Joe Dare. Joe Dare's from Moline, goes to Jane Addams School. Matt Butler comes on the ice, brings his speed onto the ice for the Ice Eagles, and they dump it deep into the zone. 1 minute left in this game, 54 seconds left. 4-1, Springfield's on top. Puck is brought out by Springfield. Liam Otto on the defense, and Ron Schmidt will go back after that one as he'll get it before it goes to the goalie. And the goalie will cover that. Mike will cover it with 37 seconds left in this game.
Again, John, I would have to concur with what you say as far as if your child's thinking about playing hockey, try it. I mean, I watched your sons, you know, they're not playing hockey here. They're playing street hockey in front of your garage all the time, year-round.
Yep. Give it a try. You can come in and just give it a try. It's fun to watch to see them progress from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. Every day there's something they do that amazes me on skates. About ready to wrap this game up with 30 seconds left, and Springfield's going to come up in the slot. Shots, nice stop that time by Mike Brown as he gets one deflected up off his blocker. Springfield will keep that puck in. Cliff Durham's been all over the ice today, doing a nice job out there. Somebody's puck or sticks on the ice. Offside's going to be called on Springfield. So with 4 seconds left, it's 4-1 score. Springfield's on top of the Ice Eagles, and that'll do it. That'll wrap up the game here from the Quad City Sports Center. The Quad City Ice Eagle Sport Select team goes down to defeat to the Springfield Kings with a score of 4-1. As the teams will shake hands at the center ice, I'd like to thank all the people that have made this day possible, starting out with people like Craig Woodcroft that came by and spoke with me, Chris Otto and Mooch, along with Ed Masiewski, and also with you, Will, to sit in here in these last period and a half to kind of take some of the pressure off.
It's just a pleasure being here, John, and watching these kids play.
It's a lot of fun, and it's this little venture we decided to take upon. I kind of roped these guys into helping me out to do this, to kind of promote the Sports Center here in the hockey program in general, and whatever can be done to help this sport grow, help this Sports Center grow over the years. And those guys that every one of the guys that came and sat down and talked to me, it comes deep from their heart that they want to see things grow here as far as a hockey program and the Sports Center program. And Keith, appreciate you. Keith Kennett behind the camera, the man that's probably knows more what I said today than what I do, but for coming in and spending your afternoon here at the Sports Center and watching a sport that you've probably never seen before. But thanks very much. And again, if any questions regarding any type of ice hockey, figure skating, broom ball, sled hockey, party rooms, that type of thing, any questions at all, any inklings at all, feel free to stop down here at the Sports Center or call the Quad City Sports Center at 563-322-5220. So that pretty much wrap it up from the Sports Center here, and I appreciate anybody listening and the help we had throughout the day. Greg Sams here at the Sports Center and all the help he did to help us get things on the air. And for everybody with us, Will Zandel, for Keith Kennett behind the camera, I am John Rowley. Thanks very much for listening and appreciate your support.